storm, man. Nobody calls Han Solo a bitch.
Bring him on. I prefer a straight fight to all this sneaking around.
I don't know where you get your delusions, laser brain.
Oh, come on, bro. It's the wars.
Well, it only took 6 years, but the Clone Wars has finally returned to us. This is The Wars and More. I'm Joe, and of course with me is my good buddy Doug. Hey Doug, how you doing this week?
Doing all right, Joe. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. We finally got the Clone Wars back.
Yes, we did. And it was good.
Yes. Yes. Hearing Tom Kane's voice.
Oh, that was awesome. Just got to say, all that kind of stuff, they hit on all those beats real nice. It was cool.
Yep.
All the
like
stuff.
They never stopped.
Exactly. All the familiar stuff. That was awesome.
Yeah, and we'll of course dive into this week's episode a little later on. Got some other things to get out of the way first, but I'm so stoked. It was so nice to see this show back.
Absolutely.
And and we're getting it back episodically.
Yes.
Like we got the Lost missions after a 2-year lull.
Right.
Or no, it was only 1 year, right? 1 year.
Something like that. Yeah, I forget exactly what it was back then, but yeah.
But it was already canceled then, and we didn't know we were getting any more, right?
Right.
And then okay, well, here's season 6.
Yeah, and it was shorter and all that, but it was, it was what they had, like that was like super close to being done already, so that they just kind of finished up and put out there for us, which I am thankful for. So
right, yeah, I think that was it was. Let me look real quick. It was 13 episodes.
Right. Yeah, like half a season, whatever.
Yeah. So similar to this season, which is going to be 12 episodes.
Yes.
So that's disappointing, kind of, that it's only 12 episodes, but
yeah, but I mean, taking what I can get, right?
Yeah, but I mean, if you're gonna do a season 7, might as well do a full 22. I'm just saying.
Oh, I'd be all on board with that, of course. But I'll take what I can get. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be 12 episodes of like to the point, though.
Yes.
There won't be a droids episode and a.
Yeah, true. This is they're going to be meatier for sure.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, so Rise of Skywalker. Finally get the home release date. So March 17th for the digital download, and March 31st for the Blu-ray, 4K Blu-ray and DVD.
Excellent. This is when we're going to be able to start, checking off the get up into the double and triple digits of seeing this movie. How many times we saw it. So,
yeah. So the one thing that is standing out to me is, they always list like the bonus contents and things like that.
Yeah.
And they got the disc bonus contents, and then they got a digital exclusive bonus content, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Well, the digital exclusive bonus content is The Maestro's Finale.
Oh.
And it's composer John Williams reflects on his body of work for the Star Wars saga and shares insights on scoring Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker.
Nice.
Like, damn it, why you got to do that on a digital?
They've got to give you a reason. You got to get all of it.
And I wonder if, I am kind of curious why there is no Disney Plus date here.
Well, I think that's calculated. I mean, I do believe they're going to release the, digital purchase version and then the hard tangible copy before it comes out on Disney Plus, because that could that could definitely eat into your your revenue there, you know?
Yeah, but I don't think putting a date that's like 3 months, separated from the rest of the home release, I don't think putting that out there is going to change people's perspective, because we know it's coming to Disney Plus, and we know it won't be that long after the home release. I don't see him waiting that long.
I wouldn't think so. But
do you think just like putting it out there would deter people from buying the home release?
Not very many, but it might deter some. Just knowing that, I'm paying for this thing already, and I can just wait a little longer, right? I mean, some people are gonna, take that route, and we know.
But I
all
think
of us
those people
gonna,
are taking that route anyway.
It's possible, yeah. I just think it's that's. I'm trying to look at it from a
marketing perspective.
Yeah, marketing business point of view. I there are people who probably feel like that would eat into their profits a little bit, as opposed to, just give us all the info and, let's roll with it.
Right.
Because they're not looking at it like Star Wars fans. They're looking at it like a business. So.
Well, we know.
Yes.
And I say that purely on the marketing sense. Like, I look at how they've marketed the films in recent days, and it's not been good.
True. Yeah. I don't know. There definitely seems to be a lack of I don't know how to put it necessarily. From the marketing, you don't get that sense of adventure that you would normally get from Star Wars, like out there in front of you,
And not just. I'm not sticking to just Star Wars on this. I think it's Disney right now. I think the problem is that Disney has their hands in all this stuff, and they're trying not to step on their own marketing. So they don't want to market Star Wars at the same time that they're marketing Frozen 2 for some reason.
It's true.
And I don't understand that mindset.
Exactly.
You're talking two different audiences here, and they don't want to step on Marvel, and they don't want to,
Yeah. You're always going to have a little bit of overlap with all of these franchises, but you aren't going to have so much that one's going to drown out the other. So I agree. They need to let go of that a little bit, because they are trying to be very calculated as to when they release these movies, and when, this movie's not going to fight against that movie, and we, they want to capitalize on all of our entertainment budget for every month. That's it's basically how they're looking at it,
Yeah, and I think the big tip off for me is that that's probably what's going on. Like, they're trying not to step on their own toes.
Right.
Was Disney Plus. And the way they marketed Disney Plus, it was like a month out, and we had hardly seen anything.
True.
And then all of a sudden, it was a barrage.
Yes. Yep. And apparently, they're according to Bob Iger, they're still getting new subscribers. I don't know. I think for everyone who was in the know, they were in on the early deals and all that with the D23 and all that. And for everyone else, it was almost kind of like, oh, that's happening. Like, oh, that's happening like next week. Okay. Well, I guess I'll get involved, but
right.
Yeah, it's kind of how it was. It was weird, for sure.
Well, and yeah, they're getting new subscribers. I don't know how many people I talked to said, "I'll wait till the Mandalorian season 1 is released in its entirety, and then I'll get it for a month."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Although, again, Bob Iger did say they haven't noticed a whole lot of drop off since the conclusion of season 1 of The Mandalorian. So
no, and that's because the great thing about subscription services is that when you set up a recurring payment, you tend to forget about it.
Exactly.
So you pay for it even though you don't use it.
Yeah. It's a gym membership. That's
Yep. Yeah, that's the recurring payment subscription based stuff is very good for that.
Yes. And, we see this model happening across the board. We see it with software. I haven't looked lately, but last I had heard, Photoshop was going to this sort of model, and
the one that pisses me off is Office.
Office, right? That was the other one I was going to say. Yeah,
because Office, what you had like Office 1996, and then Office like 2016. It's like, why would you pay for a subscription for something that they only update every, I don't know, 10 years?
Well, I think they updated more frequently than that, but
yeah, not much more frequently than that.
It's.
I'll be generous. I'll say 5.
Okay.
But I think 5 is being too generous.
I think it's just the way moving forward with all things. A lot of times people, the thing about Photoshop was, how could you afford it? Because God, that thing was what? Thousands. I mean, when you could just purchase it outright.
Oh, was it really that high?
Oh, it was expensive. So,
what a racket.
But I mean, if you were in the industry, that was the industry standard. So you used it. And now you can pay monthly, a lot more people can be involved with that kind of software.
Yeah, I believe Pro Tools did the same thing, right? And they were the same way. It was a few $100s for Pro Tools, right?
Pro Tools was expensive as well, yes.
Yeah. And I think they have a subscription model now too.
Yeah,
I think you can still buy it outright, but
right. Yeah, I think you can still get it outright. I just think, we're seeing this model more and more with more things. There are some who believe, this is going to be the way it goes with cars. It kind of is with leasing, and I think there's going to be less ownership of, or, even ownership of leases, however you want to put it. And it's going to be, I will order up a car when I need a car. Otherwise I don't have one,
Right.
So,
well, I mean, it's because everybody drove by Planet Fitness and it's like, wow, there's never anybody in this parking lot.
Right. Yeah.
But they're still in business.
But yeah, they're in business and making money. Wonder how that happened. I love it. It's I don't know. It's kind of the way of the future, I guess.
Yeah.
I will still have my Blu-ray copies of these films. That's for sure.
Yes, absolutely. As will I. But yeah, they might get me on a digital download too.
I know. Well, that's that. You put out the exclusive features on each version, right? It's the old what do you call it? Same release of a movie and different covers. Well, you got to get all the covers. That's an old trick from the comic books. So, Same story inside, but
they advertise it that way too. It's like collect them all. It's like why?
I know. But we do it, don't we?
I mean, it's different because I think I do have 2 versions of Force Awakens, but it's different when there's different content, right?
Yes.
But the worst thing about some of these artwork things is it's literally the differences that cardboard slipcover.
Yep.
Like the disc underneath is the same.
Exactly.
Because I remember the first time I saw that, I was like, "Oh, this is bull crap."
Yep. But
like, I think if you're paying that premium like that, like for different artwork and things like that, I think the artwork on the DVD or Blu-ray case should be different. Hell, I think the art on the disc should be different.
Sure.
I mean, you're buying another one, right? Like,
yeah. I mean, you're doing that for the physical copy in that case. Yes.
But the thing is the problem is because it's a lot of times a retailer exclusive. So the disc is being manufactured by X company, right? It's not being manufactured by Walmart or Target or Best Buy.
Correct.
So Walmart, Target, Best Buy, they purchase their slipcover and put that over top of it.
Yeah. I do believe there is going to be a box set. I think it's a Walmart exclusive, and it comes with a lot of stuff.
Entire saga?
Yeah. Yeah, all 9.
Yeah, I bought the complete saga once.
Yeah, I know. Uh-huh. Now it's more complete.
Yeah. Yeah, I won't buy another complete saga.
Yeah. But it's they play to our emotions.
Yeah, we're
like
done
this.
with the Skywalker saga 5 years later. Episode 10.
Yeah. Exactly.
Turns out these were our cash cow.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Would it surprise me? No.
Yeah, it would surprise me absolutely zero.
Yeah. But hey.
Yeah. So, kind of off topic, but on topic.
Okay.
Did you watch Masters of the Universe back in the day?
Oh, when I was a mere child. Yes. Yes, I did.
When I was a mere child, he says. So.
Yep.
Well, you've heard that Kevin Smith is making a sequel, right?
I have now.
Oh, okay then. Well, yes, Kevin Smith's been, putting together a sequel.
Okay.
And there's been some cast announcements.
Okay.
One in particular has a heavy Star Wars connection.
And
Mark Hamill
Ooh.
will be voicing Skeletor.
Wow, dude, that is going to be cool. I can see Mark Hamill doing that. Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
I like that.
it's going to be very, Skeletor has kind of a Joker-esque feel to him.
Yeah.
So this casting makes absolute sense.
Absolutely.
We already know that Mark can do a maniacal laugh.
Yes. I guess that's where we would hear it the most. And yeah, that makes total sense.
Yeah, that's great casting right there. Kevin Smith is someone who can cast. Like,
right.
He can get a cast together. And Mark Hamill's no stranger to Kevin Smith movies.
No, he's yeah, he's worked with them before. I'll just say that. Yep.
So, but there's some other notables in here too. Sarah Michelle Gellar is going to be voicing Tila.
Ooh, nice.
Alicia Silverstone is going to be Queen Marlena.
Okay.
Jason Mewes. No kidding, right? Kevin Smith production. Jason Mewes has a part.
Right. Is he playing the cat?
Stinkor.
Huh.
I don't know what Stinkor is. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either off the top of my head, but okay.
So
okay.
my Masters of the Universe exposure is very limited.
Right.
Seen it, watched reruns of it.
Yeah. Yeah, gotta say, I was pretty young when I saw it, so it's a lot of clouded memories.
So, Kevin Conroy, Batman and Batman the Animated Series,
Yeah.
is playing Merman.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Cool.
I mean, I feel like if you made Mark Hamill Skeletor, you might as well have made him He-Man.
Yeah, I was just thinking is like, okay, so these guys have worked together, and who is playing He-Man?
He-Man is Chris Wood.
Chris Wood. Okay. Not familiar.
No, it says Supergirl, Vampire Diaries. Let's see. Let's look him up. We have the technology. So I might be able to figure this out. I watched Supergirl.
Okay.
Still getting there.
Yeah, Supergirl is one that I have not had the pleasure of watching the whole series yet.
Oh, he played Mon-El. Okay. Yeah, I know who he is.
Okay.
Mon-El was from what was the name of his planet? It was near Krypton. Began with a D. Daxam.
Daxam. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I like him. He's a good actor.
Good. Excellent.
There's a lot of good characters in that show.
Yeah. So interesting that like we seem to be reviving all of these shows and movies and things from the 80s. It's kind of I don't know, just interesting, like, rehashing a lot of stuff.
No one knows how to write anymore.
Yeah. I guess I didn't want to say it out loud, but there you go.
Well, but see, like what I do like about this is not another reboot. This is not another rehash. This is a sequel.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. And this is Kevin Smith doing what he does, right? Looking at, this is something from his childhood that he revered and he wanted to do something with it, but he didn't want to take anything away from what came before, right? So what's he going to do? Let's continue it on. So I like the way Kevin Smith thinks when it comes to that sort of thing. So
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It is funny though, like he made a movie making fun of reboots, which he's touring around right now promoting.
Yep.
And while he's on that tour, everybody's talking about his him heading back to Masters of the Universe.
That's funny.
So, but like I said, sequel, not reboot.
Yep.
We can be happy knowing that Skeletor is going to have a great laugh.
Yes, absolutely. This is something that I think I'll have to check out because, I guess you could look at it as one of my. This will be something I'll watch as a guilty pleasure, throw back to my youth. So, cool.
Have something to add to the conversation, or you just want to let us know how we're doing? Email us, show@thewarsandmore.com. That's the best place to get in on the action. But if social media is a little more to your liking, @TheWarsandMore on Twitter is always a good place to interact with us. And we're also on Facebook, facebook.com/TheWarsandMore. And of course, your portal to this and everything else, The Wars and More, is thewarsandmore.com. Cassian Andor. Well, we had a lot of fun talking about that last week.
Yeah, we sure did.
So the rumor mill fires up, of course, and we say rumor, and we
mean rumor.
We really mean that.
Yes.
Like, this is a rumor, but it warrants conversation given the recent history,
yes,
of Star Wars.
Yeah. With what's just happened with the Kenobi series and things like that. It makes you you look at some of these rumors now, and sometimes you could kind of just kind of blow it off, but now you got to kind of wonder.
Yeah, now you're almost forced to consider it.
Right.
Before it's like, oh yeah, whatever. There's always problems, and anytime they talk reshoots or anything like that, it's always the sky is falling.
Right. Exactly.
But now, like you said, we have to consider it. We have to consider that these things are going on.
Yeah.
And what we're talking about is allegedly the Cassian series is being delayed for rewriting of scripts.
Yes.
There's a ton of script problems, apparently.
So this is coming to us from Geeks Worldwide, which I
never heard of them.
Exactly. Can't vouch for the reputation of this site. I just, this is where we're getting it from, so we're letting you know. But they're saying, now it seems more script issues have surfaced, which does not look good for the June start date.
Referring to filming.
To filming, yeah, Cassian. And it says, when Kenobi faced script issues, Lucasfilm pushed production back 5 months. And we all know that to be true because, Ewan McGregor basically came out, he's talking about Birds of Prey, and the question was constantly being asked of him, what's going on with Kenobi, and is like, oh, no, it's still going on, just going to start early next year. So
he had his canned answer. The scripts were good.
Yeah,
the scripts are good. They're making them better.
Exactly. You just said it. And Cassian's already gone, it's had its issues, right? I mean, we heard about it in 2018 and then I forget even who was working on it, but then they brought in now I'm blanking on his name, Tony Gilroy, and he basically quote unquote saved Rogue One, and who better to put in charge of the Cassian series? And he apparently was writing a pilot, was going to direct multiple episodes. He sounded like he was going to be the Jon Favreau of Cassian, which great. Right. But somebody somewhere along the way, whether it's him, maybe Kathy Kennedy, who knows, apparently doesn't like some of the story. I hard to say, but if this rumor pans out to be true, you got to wonder what's going on there. I mean, You just gotta wonder, because
Yeah, I mean,
these rumors, as of late, have had a tendency to come true.
I wonder if the backlash from the sequel trilogy, right, as a whole,
Yep.
has made them a little gun shy.
Oh, okay. So you're saying the split fandom and all that, and the loud people online complaining one way or the other.
And yeah, I was gonna say, you got to say factions now. Like,
Yes.
it's, yeah, I don't know.
Maybe they're stepping too lightly here, trying to please everybody with the stories. I mean, you just got to look to the Mandalorian, and that thing has done a lot. I don't know of too many people who dislike that series.
And it's on the same platform.
Yep.
So why not use the same formula?
Yeah. Exactly. I have a feeling that the Cassian series would probably end up being a little on the darker side, but with that dark humor between Cassian and K2SO. We we kind of talked about what Diego Luna thought about working with Alan Tudyk last week.
Right.
But I don't want to say having that dynamic almost writes itself, but I mean, you have a good starting point from Rogue One. You know what I mean? Because Cassian is definitely playing the straight man. He's all serious and he's down to business, and K2SO is there to lighten things up without even realizing it. So
yeah, I don't know. Like, this series seems like it should be an easy one. It seems like it should write itself.
It seems that way, but
I know.
Yeah,
It's harder to do than it seems, for sure. But like, I understand Kenobi, right? I understand having to retweak things for Kenobi because there's a lot of disagreements out there between whether Kenobi is staying true to exile and
Right.
staying out of it,
Yep.
or if he's out there getting involved from time to time.
Yeah.
Whereas Cassian, we know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's fighting as a freedom fighter.
Exactly. And kind of doing it, on the down low, kind of like a spy or more in the underworld of things, I think. And I think part of it too, when it comes to Kenobi, is they have to be a little more delicate with that character, because there's a lot of people who, if you mishandle that character, that's going to be a problem. And Cassian, don't get me wrong, I love the character, but I don't think he holds that kind of weight.
No, he's been in one movie.
Exactly.
I mean, you've got tons of room to play with that character. There's not this big story pinning it in a certain place or direction. Whereas Kenobi, it's pinned. He's living on Tatooine.
Yes.
He's living in exile, watching over Luke Skywalker. This is pretty specific.
Yeah, that's what's been set up for us between episode 3 and 4. and
Right.
we know where Kenobi came from, how he got there, and where he is going to. We just don't know what happened on the ride there, right?
And we know his goal.
Yes.
Wow, and his mission.
Yes.
In this time period.
Yep.
Whereas
Cassian
doesn't have this.
Right. We know how it ends for him. We know his final mission.
Right.
But everything that came before is, it's an open book. I mean, you could do whatever you want with that. So, I don't know. I still have high hopes for what this show's going to be. Because I got to say, I loved Diego Luna and Alan Tudyk working together.
Yes.
I just hope this doesn't become something that gets overthought too much and, they lose something in all of the nitpicking. Hopefully it can just come together and be a good show.
Yeah. Yeah, because you talked about like it'd be more spy-like.
Yeah.
And it would be. It would be almost James Bond-like.
Right.
That's the direction I kind of see it going.
Okay.
Kind of spy-like, but kind of messy spy work where it turns into flat-out open combat.
Yeah. Yeah. Guess things can get messy for James Bond too, huh?
Every film.
Yep. But yeah, that's exactly it. I think I don't know. I just again, I don't want to say it writes itself, but it's pretty much a blank slate. You could do just about whatever you wanted to, and I don't think anyone's going to get too upset about what direction you go in. So I'm not quite sure what could be wrong with the scripts, if that's what's really wrong. I mean, if the rumor was, well, there's scheduling issues, maybe, Diego Luna's got some other project he's got to work on first. Okay. That's easy. I buy that.
Yeah. Like, he's tied up with Narcos.
Right. Yeah. Something like that. Or Alan Tudyk is doing something else. Hey, I totally get it, but script issues, and not only is it just script issues, it's script issues again for a different series. So that just makes you wonder, if this actually comes to pass, where this is what's really going on, I gotta wonder why. What's going on there at Lucasfilm?
It makes you wonder if they're just announcing stuff prematurely.
Maybe.
Hey, we're doing this. Hey, we're doing that. We don't know what we're doing yet, but we're going to do it.
Yeah, but, why not? I don't know.
Announcing it too ambitiously, maybe.
Maybe. I just think if that was the case, they could be a little more, I don't know, what's the word, open about it, I guess.
Yeah, and one thing in Star Wars is that Diego Luna and Ewan McGregor didn't say they were about to start filming without permission.
Exactly. That's another thing. You're right. I mean, they had to have been talking about this stuff. And then I don't know how they would say, yeah, okay, you can say we're going to start filming whatever, summer of whatever year, right? But then after that, they find out there's something they don't like.
In the script?
In the script, right.
Yeah,
That's
you're talking about
filming
and you haven't hashed out the script?
Exactly.
Yeah, something wrong there.
Yeah. Not sure what. And I can't put my finger on it, but man, just striking me odd. So.
Oh, it's odd.
Yeah.
It's definitely not how you get a project off the ground.
No.
But we will keep watching. Like we said, this is a rumor.
Yes.
All could be well over there.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, as of last week, we thought it so.
Yeah. Oh, how things change in a week.
It's amazing, isn't it?
But I mean, until a big outlet comes out and has some information, sources even,
Yeah.
Until then, I mean, I think we all just keep calm.
Agreed.
Assume it's on schedule. Hope it's on schedule.
Let's hope.
Because, man, I really want to see this series now.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I did before, but I don't know. Something got me going where I was like, man, I really want to see this.
Exactly. I'm with you 100%.
All right. So we were talking about the child.
What child?
And merchandise for the child.
Yes. That child.
Oh, let me use terms everyone understands. Baby Yoda.
Ah, yes. Now everyone knows exactly what you're talking about.
So Hasbro has announced and revealed a animatronic edition of their toy.
Yes, this thing is cool.
Yes.
I think.
But it is Hasbro, so in the fine print it says you will not be able to find it anywhere.
Right. Yeah. I believe it's available for pre-order, correct?
Yes, but they are sold out everywhere.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. This thing is cool. I showed this thing to my wife and she went nuts over it. Yeah. So,
I think it's kind of creepy.
Nice.
Creepy
is not the term I've ever heard used for Baby Yoda. Just saying.
Oh, well, this one's creepy. All right. You don't have any experience with Furby?
No, I do not.
Okay, this thing's creepy.
Well, I always thought Furby.
Refer to Furby.
Because, yeah, I don't know. I heard weird stuff about Furbies.
It's because they're creepy.
Exactly.
Ain't nothing like your animatronic toy turning around and going, "Hi, Joe." What?
Right. This one uses the Force, though. I'm telling you. It's like he puts his little hand up there, closes his eyes, and oh, man. That's funny.
It makes a
yeah. Now, if your cup of broth lifts up off your table and starts heading towards Baby Yoda, then I'd run. But, that's...
I mean, so does it use the Force if you say, do the magic hand thing?
I don't know. Then it might just wave at you. I don't know. I don't know. I just got a feeling that this thing is going to be one of, pretty sought after toy for the holidays.
Yeah, I think that is accurate. I think anything that looks like this is going to be pretty popular right now.
Yeah, for sure.
The Force is strong with the Baby Yoda merchandise.
Yes. Yeah, especially with not being able to get a hold of anything for this past holiday and everyone loving the character.
Mm-hmm.
This upcoming holiday, I think, is going to be rife with Baby Yoda merch. I don't think they're going to let a second holiday go by without trying to totally capitalize on that.
Yeah, this is going to be the hottest Memorial Day season for toys.
Oh. Say Memorial Day season? Oh. So.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I say that because I think this is just going to be a hot selling toy regardless of the time of year.
Yeah. Yeah.
All Baby Yoda merchandise it's just crazy right now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, pre-sales are selling out everywhere for all kinds of stuff. And everybody's jumping on it now.
Yeah, for sure.
I was just, Kat was showing me today all kinds of her universe stuff.
Can only imagine.
So there is one that, there is a Her Universe shirt that says, baby, do the magic hand thing.
Nice.
And I think he's waving on the shirt, so.
I like it.
Yep. And still the most memeable character in Star Wars history, I believe.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. I mean,
you cannot get on social media right now, scroll very far, and not see a Baby Yoda meme.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So, yep, awesome. I won't be running out to get this one because it's creepy.
Well, if my wife has anything to say about it, I think we'll end up with one of these in the house. So I'll let you know if it does anything weird.
Okay. Well, first you'll have to find it.
Yes.
It's Hasbro.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I believe you could find one if it said Funko.
Oh,
no, it says
sure.
Hasbro.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
No, you're right. You're right about that. It's just thinking they'll probably have, tons of IG-11s or something like that, but no Baby Yodas.
No, there'll be tons of that one guy. The one that was helping him, that he was helping go after Fennec Shand.
Yeah, that guy.
There'll be tons of that guy swinging on the pegs.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy. We can't remember his name. That guy. Yeah.
That guy. We were happy when he died.
Right. That's funny.
All right. Well, we've been waiting to talk about this. The Clone Wars.
Yes.
Is back. And awesome.
Yes. I feel like
okay, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I feel like this was the perfect way to kind of ease us right back into it. Right? This was definitely a clone trooper centric episode, and it wasn't super weighty into the Jedi or anything like that. And it introduced us to some new clones and talked about some old clones, but just a nice way to ease back into it without hitting us over the head with something heavy,
Right. And to be completely honest, there are tons of, clone focused episodes.
Yes.
In this series that are really good.
Yes, totally.
A trend that continued into Rebels.
Yeah.
So with Rex and
Yep. I had to think for a second. It's like, oh yeah, those guys, yeah.
When they were fishing.
Right.
Retired and fishing.
So there's a lot of stuff with this that I really dug. This was, Bad Batch was the nickname of this special forces group of clones, but they were Clone Force 99, which hoping everyone caught the reference. That was reference to 99 from back in the Clone Wars. He was the misshapen clone, kind of like the short hunchback guy that was like a maintenance guy on Camino. Remember him?
No.
So,
because wasn't there a clone called Nines as well?
Fives.
Oh, Fives.
Yeah.
So 99. Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, he was kind of like.
I know what I'm doing when we're done recording tonight.
Something went wrong in the cloning process with him, and yeah, I'm reading.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Clone 99 was a malformed result of the cloning process. Due to his genetic defects and physical limitations, he was considered unfit for combat and remained behind on Camino to support the training efforts of his clone brothers.
Yes, I remember this now.
Yes. So that was a nice throwback. Their unit's name was a throwback to his. So kind of nice, kind of neat. And, it's tying stuff together. I like that.
Yeah. So all in all, let's kind of start with a like all in all this episode. How'd you like it pacing wise and story wise?
For me, it was hitting on all cylinders. I mean,
yes.
From the very start, you had the setup, right? With Mace and Anakin and then Rex and Cody come in and, they set up what is going to be happening throughout the episode. And
what the problem is, why they have to go on this mission.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Something that's a problem for most YouTubers today. Analytics and, algorithms. That's sorry.
Yes.
But, it's like they put the problem out there, and then you even have these like little side moments, right? Where it seems like, okay, maybe Rex is dealing with a little bit of, I don't want to say PTSD necessarily, but he's kind of like remembering, his brothers that have fallen, and then it keeps nagging at him that it's like the only other one who could know what's going on is Echo. But, Echo's gone. They said it in the episode. He was killed at Citadel. So.
Yeah. One thing this series and has done really well is in the films, the clones are very much like their droid counterparts.
Yes.
They're very programmed.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay, they're flesh and blood, but they're not much different than the droids.
Yeah.
Whereas this show has done a good job of adding a human element.
Yep. Seeing their
personalities.
To the clones.
Yep. And the evolution of that human element. So fresh out, that programming is very much intact.
Exactly.
They're very kind of robotic.
Yeah, they're shinies.
Yeah. And they develop human emotion. Like, and I say that like they're not human, but they are.
Yeah.
They are so programmed that they kind of lose that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, that's one thing that this show has done a good job of, and using characters like Cody, and seeing stuff like that out of Cody really adds some gravity to why would he turn on Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Right.
Why would he make that order? Like you see that the programming took over.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You definitely see there are differences between the clones, right? Like,
Yep.
we know that Rex makes it past Order 66. He doesn't participate, and Cody does. So there are definitely differences, even though they're all cloned from the same DNA. Their experiences lead them down different paths. So, kind of cool to see what's happening in the interim for that. Yeah. And even with the Bad Batch here, this is it's kind of cool because I know you like war type movies and special ops movies and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This was your quintessential, this is this is the team. We're putting the team together, and we got Hunter, who's the leader, right? And he's the one with all the attuned senses, and then Wrecker, he's the muscle, right? Tech, he's the brains, and Crosshair, go figure, he's the trigger man. And it's like that's your setup, right? That's your fire team you build for your special operations. And these guys were genetically modified for these specific purposes. Which again, it's kind of we're starting to think about that in real life, what might come soon, but with the cloning and what they did on Camino, that's something that they were able to engineer them for. And like their personalities, their differences stood out even more than most of the other clones, which they like to call the regs for regular clones.
Right.
And yeah, I don't know, it's just kind of crazy. And they had their own way of doing stuff, right? Whereas Cody would be more by the book. These guys, they didn't know a book existed. So kind of neat in that manner.
Yeah, I like some of the moments there too, with that explosion gave away our position, and us getting shot down didn't.
Right. Yeah. Totally cool.
This happens every time we run with regs.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna crash.
No, dude, that was great.
Yeah. I mean, that's it gives you insight into their personalities, which is kind of cool. I just, and they do it. I don't know. I guess for me, it's like we just, excuse me, we just got off of watching Resistance,
Mm-hmm.
which was great for what it was, but it seemed like it had a hard time sometimes knowing what it was doing as a show,
identity problems.
Yes,
really.
that's a perfect way to put it. It had identity problems. The Clone Wars knew what it was from the beginning.
It had some growing pains along the way, but
it did, and I think that almost might have had more to do with us accepting what it was going to be, as opposed to it knowing what it was. You know what I'm saying? Because at the time, when earlier on, when we, Anakin, has a Padawan, right? All that kind of stuff.
Right.
We as fans had a harder time accepting that than, what George and Dave, they knew where they were going with that. And they knew it was going to be a good thing.
Yeah, who the hell is this kid?
We just had to
calling Anakin Skywalker Sky Guy.
Right. We as fans just had to let that play out, and then it was like, oh, okay, it makes sense. So, this, and then this, first episode of season 7 just falls right into place with all that. It was, it was a nice dive back into the Clone Wars for me. I
will say I am somewhat surprised at how well this show falls right into place with the rest of the series.
Yes.
It lost zero momentum.
Exactly.
It came out swinging.
Yep.
And doing everything that made us love this show.
For sure.
And
I mean, even down
and
to
all along the way, it was introducing new characters. These are all characters that we had no idea who they were. They come on the screen, you really don't care. Like, you care, but you don't, right?
Yeah, but by the end,
you're not
of the
invested
episode,
in these characters. But yeah.
By
the end, you're like, wow, I like these guys.
Yep.
You were I'd say by the middle of the episode, you were invested in these characters.
Absolutely.
And wanting more.
Yep. And
I think the inclusion of Rex helps that, because you have one of your familiars.
Yes.
Taking that same path you are literally.
We're learning about these guys through Rex. And
you're going through the same path as Rex. You're kind of like, who are these guys? Like,
yeah.
And then as it goes along, it's like, oh, these guys aren't so bad. And then by the end, you're like, these are my brothers.
Exactly. I love the line, right? Well, they got 100% success rate. Yeah, I'm not concerned about them getting the job done. It's how they get it done that I'm worried about.
Right.
It's that kind of stuff. I love the fact, too, that they even, and I know this was done a while back, and this was, whatever. They had the scripts, the voices recorded, all that kind of stuff. But the droids, because this is a call back to, like, episode 4, right? The one says, hey, do you know what's going on? I don't know, maybe it's another drill, right? And they get taken out. It's like, oh, that's beautiful, because that kind of stuff, it fits into the episode seamlessly. But for those of us like you and me, and all of those listening, I'm sure, you hear a line like that and you go, aha, I saw what you did there. It's it's nice,
Yeah. They just missed, like, did you check out the new T16s?
I know. That would have been the next thing, but, So, by the end of the episode, we see they figure out that this is not an algorithm that's helping the droid army to understand what Rex's battle plans are going to be. They find out it's a live signal, and they decode it to CT-1409, which is Echo. So by the end of the episode, Rex is for sure now thinking Echo's alive. So it's going to be interesting to see where it goes next. I got a feeling they're going to follow where that transmission came from and try and find Echo.
Yeah, I find that to be very interesting storytelling there, because you can see Rex is like conflicted. Like, is Echo doing this himself?
Right.
Is he being forced to do this?
Exactly.
Like, he doesn't come out and say that, but you see that conflict, that that concern, that sense of betrayal.
Yep.
In animation.
I know. That's the beauty of it. And this is why, we might seem like we are far more excited about all this than we are for Resistance, but these are the reasons why. These are the reasons why. Because you didn't get any of that from Resistance. And this is the kind of animated Star Wars that we need. This is hitting on all cylinders. This is the kind of stuff we want. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, these are just the first episodes.
the very first episode back.
Yeah, this is not even hitting the fan yet.
Yeah, exactly. This is the setup episode.
Yeah. No, I like the direction it's headed. I'll be honest, when we were looking through the list of story arcs, this one is probably the least interesting to me, just looking at that list.
Absolutely. I'm with you.
Even though I am a hardcore Trooper guy.
Yeah.
I love, and I say that, but I'm a hardcore Trooper guy collecting wise.
Yeah.
I have, I have tons of Star Wars Trooper action figures, you know?
Exactly.
And this arc did not grab me in the description. But this episode got me.
Yeah.
Hook, line, sinker, I'm in.
Absolutely. I knew I was going to enjoy it, but I didn't realize I was going to enjoy it as much as I did, which was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, I mean, I like Gascon episodes.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So, I mean, if I enjoyed that, I'm pretty much going to enjoy anything they throw out there at this point.
Exactly.
And that's not me bashing that, but like in comparison to stuff like this, those episodes are weak.
Yep, totally.
But weak for Clone Wars is like
better
pretty
than
damn good.
Anything else animated on TV. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I think the weakest moments for this series, for the Clone Wars as a whole, is probably the feature film.
Just about, yeah.
I mean, it does nothing but gain strength after that.
Yep. Yeah, totally.
I mean, I think really the moment we knew that this was the series for us is the Malevolence, right?
Malevolence arc, yes.
Yes.
Was awesome.
That was the arc that was like, wow, here's some potential.
Yes.
This is the potential of this show. And it grew and grew and grew. And now the first episode of a season is like, whoa. Like, that was fun. And the pacing was fantastic. You got like a few moments along the line in this episode to catch your breath.
Right.
And then it was back at it.
Yep. We are back in it and full force. Love it.
Yeah, it was slow starting, kind of like getting them off the ground, getting them into the mission.
Yep.
But once they took off, the pace took off.
Yep, totally.
And like I said, it was really well placed moments for you to kind of gather, process for a moment, and then you're on to the next thing.
Right. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that one character in the hologram, his clicking was driving me a little nuts.
Oh, Right.
A little like mandible, like,
Yeah.
what the hell's going on here? Like, why are you doing that?
Well, we're not meant to like that guy. So, I think that
Well,
worked.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, they need to kill that guy.
I got a feeling that might be coming.
Yeah. But yeah, Bad Batch. Was that the name of the episode, by the way?
Yes.
So, Bad Batch.
Yep.
Good start. Ready for next week.
Absolutely.
This is fun though that we're back to getting Clone Wars episodically too.
Oh yeah.
Because we got season 6 all in one shot.
Right. And I'm I don't want to put it this way to make it sound bad or anything, but this gives us something to look forward to every week and something to talk about. This is like this is what we live for as Star Wars fans. What we just got today, was awesome. And what we have to look forward to next week is, something awesome again, but we don't know what it's going to be. So there's that anticipation and can't wait.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. Like I said, 2 other times in this show, the Clone Wars is back. Thank God.
Right.
So we got 12 weeks to enjoy this.
And then forever
before they yank it away from us again.
Yeah, but can always go back and rewatch.
Yeah, I've been doing that all along, but it ain't the same, man.
I know.
Maybe we should do another letter campaign.
Maybe.
We demand that the Clone Wars go on for the next 20 years.
Good luck.
No, but yeah, this was a great start.
Absolutely.
And looking forward to the next 2 episodes of this arc. Like I said, it was a meh kind of like, I can't wait to get to Siege of Mandalore and things like that. But now I'm like, yeah, I still can't wait to get to Siege of Mandalore, but I can't wait till next week.
Exactly.
Next week is much more interesting to me and much more exciting than I thought it would be.
Yeah. You're always looking for the climax, right? Which I'm assuming is going to be the Siege of Mandalore. But
right.
Now you're kind of anticipating the build up as well, which is exactly what we love about the Clone Wars as a series. So, yeah, totally.
All right. Well, if you have anything to add, you can email us, show@thewarsandmore.com. It's the best way to get a hold of us. We're also on social media. We're at The Wars and More on Twitter, facebook.com/thewarsandmore. And you can find all that and all the ways to find the show over at thewarsandmore.com. Any final thoughts this week, Doug?
No, I think that about covers it.
All right. We will talk next week.